Hey there, we are starting our second week. So you have survived the first week of class. And many of you said it was overwhelming and scary. And I know that if you just take it one day at a time, one week, one assignment at a time, that you'll find that you can do this. So I'm just like I said, I try to do less than 10 minutes for my weekly videos, but this one might go longer because it's one of our first ones. I just want to show you some things and remind you of a few other things. Try not to move too much. So once again, I come to my course and I like to go to the content page. So it has my table of contents and I can see lesson. I have all the lessons here on the side. I'm going to click on lesson 2. And the getting started is a good place because there are some of these, like I said, that you won't have because I'm a teacher view. But the preview page is helpful to show that this week here are some things that we'll do. We'll learn about the BYU Idaho learning model, which I love. And then you'll have the skill that you're working on is creating and answering questions. And so you'll look here. I like the schedule because you can see all on one page what I need to do in the pre-gathering. These are due midweek. That's Wednesday nights, 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And remember here, gathering preparation, there are things that you need to do to get ready to make sure that you make the most and learn the most at your gathering on Thursday nights. If you're having a problem with not knowing where gatherings are, or you haven't been contacted by the missionaries, or have any problems with your gathering, let me know. I don't want it to get too far into the semester and you tell me you haven't attended the gathering. Then the post-gathering things that are due Saturday night, 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So remember, this bottom one is optional. That means you don't have to do it, but if you want to, it's there. So that is just a helpful place. When you click on that, it will take you to that assignment. Okay? So I'm going to go back up. You'll see here, this kind of is the trail of what folder I'm in. If I go back to the getting started, I actually want to go back to the lesson 2. It's a little bigger folder. Okay? And I'm going to go to the pre-gathering folder now that I've had a little preview of what's going to happen this week. The listening speaking log you did not do in lesson 1, so this is your first time doing it. So if you click there, okay, as you can see, you need to spend, it has each week to help you learn and practice your English. This is an activity that helps you practice listening, which is an easier skill than speaking. And it's about 2 hours a week. And it has to be 5 days. Do we all see that 5? So you cannot turn this in on Thursday because that's only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. My hand. That's only 4 days. It needs to be 5 different days. So the earliest you could turn this in to me is Friday. Maybe you do your 5th activity, your 5th day on Friday, and then submit it. So what you do, and right there it tells you 5 days out of the week. Maybe you do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But don't submit it. If you submit it Thursday, I'll send it back and say it needs to be 5 days. So that's an activity each day. If intermediate means you're still kind of a beginner with English, you don't have very much, pick from these activities. Advanced, if you feel like you have some English understanding and you're pretty good with English, but trying to improve, you can go here. What you do is just pick which ones you want to do. I would recommend making sure that you have some listening and some speaking. If I see that you're always picking 5 listening activities, I'm going to say it's your best interest. It would be best for you if you pick some that help you practice speaking, because you won't improve in speaking if you're not actually doing it. And so here it just tells you different things. Listen to music in English for 15 minutes, watch a video in English, teach a friend in English what you learned this week, Practice speaking English with someone for 15 minutes, not your speaking partner or peer partner, so it can't be another assignment that you already have to do. Anyway, so those are what you pick from. So you decide which 5, and maybe you do 2 days of teaching a friend. On Tuesday you teach a friend, and then you have another friend on Thursday you teach. That's fine, but I don't want to see that you're doing the same one every day, like 5 days of listening to music. Anyway, you'll download the template, and make sure when you have a template that's like a form that goes to an assignment, you need to type into that form instead of typing your own. So I click on download this template. It just downloaded to my computer, so I'm going to click on it and open it up and hide my face for a minute. So you'll see here, I just type right into the form. Uh-oh, hold on. My computer checks for updates every night. Okay, you type your name here and put the date, whatever it may be. I'm just going to make up a date. So, week number 2, I decide which activity I'm going to do. So I might come back to this page and decide which one did I do on the first day. So put the activity, it was number 2. What did I do? If it's number 2, I did a lesson on realelenglish.com. So I completed a lesson on realelenglish.com about greetings and goodbyes. What did you learn? So tell us what you learned here. And right here, it'll tell you, include any language, cultural, or personal insights that you gained. Maybe I learned something new about the culture in this part of the world, or I learned some new phrases that I didn't know in English. Then you have just some other questions to answer once you've filled in your template. This is also where you're going to report that you did your peer discussion and speaking partner appointment. So you want to make sure you wait until you've done those to submit this assignment. Okay? So I save it to my computer. Put my face back up. You save it to your computer, and it tells you continue to add to your document throughout the week and then submit it. At the end of this lesson, if I go to the right, it would give me the option to submit it. Okay, so you'll see just because this is in the pre-gathering doesn't mean I need to have it finished before I go to the gathering, but I need to get it started by Monday or Tuesday at the latest, and that's why it's in the pre-gathering. You'll see it's in another place. It's in the post-gathering where you actually submit it. Okay. So you'll just go through, and once again we have the directions to assignments and then the place you go to submit those assignments. I'm going to take a minute to talk about discussion boards. Okay, it can be confusing, but there are 2 discussion boards each week. Let me show you. If I come up to the discussions real quick, I want to just see it all at one place. See lesson 1, there's these 2, and then it goes on to lesson 2. Well, questions and conversations, don't post your answer to the prompt here. This is just a place for you to ask questions and discuss your experience at the gathering. So if you have a question that you think maybe other students in my class know this answer, I'm going to hurry up and type it in here. Maybe I want to report how my gathering went, or I have a question about something that happened at my gathering, I'm going to post it here. You can go there, and if you see others post a question and you're like, I know the answer, you can respond. It doesn't always have to be Sister Colton that does. But this second one, so each week there will be a questions and conversations. So don't do your initial post there, but introduce yourself or do whatever the prompt may be. This next week is Welcome to BRU Idaho. And you'll see the instructions by clicking there. And it tells you what prompts. After you've learned, so you need to learn about the learning model before you can do this, choose one prompt. just one to respond to by Wednesday night. So see how there's 4 different ones? You just need to do one. So read through and pick which one you're going to do and post it. And then read other students' posts, and by Saturday night you need to respond to at least 3. Respond to at least 3 of your classmates' posts. So you'll see these are just the directions, so this isn't where I'm going to go back to, and that's why it's in the pre-gathering, because it needs to be done by Wednesday night. I'm going to go back to, I should have went to the pre-gathering folder. Okay, back to lesson 2, pre-gathering, things that are due before the gathering. And as you see here, there's your discussion board. Welcome to BYU Idaho. Okay, you click there and that's where you can post and respond. Okay, you have a study skill directions and then the actual assignment, reading and writing practice directions, and that's where you go to submit the assignment. You have a reading and writing practice quiz, scripture study, there's the directions and there's where you actually do it. You'll see there's a question mark whenever it's a quiz. Learn a hymn directions, and there's the actual quiz. Okay, so that's all the pre-gathering. I know it's a lot, but this is a 5-credit course. So that means I'm sorry, my thing's moving. That means it's expecting you to spend a lot of your time each week on the assignments. Okay, the last thing I want to show, I know it's getting far into this, is the application activity. This tends to be an assignment that takes a good amount of time. So start it earlier in the week, don't start it Saturday night. And this is one, I'll talk about grading next week in my video, but this is one that I go through and manually grade if the computer doesn't automatically grade it. So we have the directions. I'm gonna face for a minute so that I'm not blocking anything. Okay, so it gives you just different steps. First, watch this video. Next, reflect on the policies that are here in this link. Read the summary of these principles, and then ponder which principle you need to apply in your life. Pick one. Just choose one of these 5 principles. So there's 5, just pick one. I'll put my face back up. So there are 5 principles, just pick one of them that you need to work on. And maybe you feel like you're pretty good in all of them, but pick one that maybe you're not the best at. Set one short-term goal that you can accomplish during next week's lesson so that you can finish during lesson 3. So it shouldn't be something that you can finish at the end of the pathway program or in 3 years. Then consider different things that has you evaluate, and then you'll complete a template. So once again, type into the template, save it, and upload it. The video shows you how to complete that process. I want you to watch this. Write 2 to 3 sentences to answer each of the questions. So I'm going to look for at least 2 sentences when I grade. If you don't give me, when it asks for a certain amount of sentences, you need to provide that, or else I take points off. You must use the template. Remember, don't make your own. Don't go into Word and type the answers. Once again, it's hard when it's one template. It's easier for me to grade and know where to look for things. And then you submit it. So you continue to the next page by clicking on this arrow, and that will take me to the application activity submission, where I go to upload my template now that I have completed. Okay? So, I think that's everything for now. I know that's a lot. I hope that that you're feeling a little more calm and you can do this. And I know that you have me. I hope you remember that you have me here to help you. You have other students in our class. You have students in your gathering, the missionaries in your gathering, friends and family. We're all here cheering you on, and know that you can do it. And most of all, you have your Heavenly Father, who is aware of you in this new journey and wants the best for you. So reach out, pray to Him for the strength that you need to get through this course and balance whatever you have in life. So with that, I will say goodnight. Sorry, it's been so long, or goodbye, and I will keep them shorter in the future. But thank you for watching. We'll talk to you guys next week.